Authorities are investigating a shooting that killed 31-year-old Felicia Duncan in Katy, Texas. The incident occurred around 5:25 a.m. on the 17th of August at a home located at 18,727 Apple Tree Hill Lane, as Felicia pulled into her garage after getting off work from a gentleman's club in the Galleria area. An unknown suspect opened fire on her nearly 50 times. She was struck multiple times and died at the scene. The authorities said surveillance footage from neighbours captured the shooting, and the suspect then fleeing the scene in a dark-coloured sedan. Deputies are investigating every lead, but they do not suspect this is a case of domestic violence, or it could be that someone followed her home from work. They're not even sure if Felicia was the intended target, or perhaps someone else who lives at the house. The motive of the attack is unclear, as the investigation into the matter continues. A widow has been arrested after using funds raised on a GoFundMe page to pay for her own personal expenses instead of using it for her husband's funeral. 49-year-old Patricia Clark from the Pemberton Township of New Jersey created a GoFundMe page for her husband Brian Clark, who died in April of 2019 at the age of 47. She explained that she and her husband were living off disability benefits and that he didn't have a life insurance policy. She wrote, "Please, if there's anybody out there that can make a donation to help with the expenses, I would greatly appreciate it. His children would also appreciate it." Patricia's family contacted the authorities after they learned that she never claimed her husband's body from the morgue. Investigators learned that 28 people had donated to the GoFundMe page. Over a 2-month period, Patricia raised $2,050 of a $3,000 goal. Patricia was indicted on the 13th of August for a single charge of theft by failure to make disposition. If Patricia is convicted, she faces anywhere from 3 to 5 years in prison and up to a $15,000 fine. A woman was taken into custody last week after the authorities say one of the woman's daughters tried jumping off the balcony of their apartment due to appalling living conditions. The incident occurred on the 12th of August after a concerned neighbour talked the girl out of jumping. The woman saw the girl with scratches on her face. She requested investigators to conduct a welfare check on the 9-year-old girl at 37-year-old Brianna Howell's apartment, located at 7735 Ontario Way in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. When the deputies arrived, they also found her siblings. There was another 9-year-old girl and a 16-year-old boy. There was over 30 dogs crammed in a 3-bedroom apartment, with the floor littered with trash and animal excrement. The officers spoke with the girl, who explained that she was upset with the conditions at her home, and that her mother was abusive to the point that she wanted to take her own life. It's alleged that Brianna told her daughter who was on the balcony, "I wish you were dead anyway." The authorities reported that Brianna's other children were also allegedly abused, and she referred to them as demons and robots. Animal welfare officers took the dogs, and the girl's father took custody of them. Brianna was arrested on the 12th of August, and she's been charged with a string of abuse, neglect, and exploitation charges. She's been held at the Oklahoma County Detention Center on a $100,000 bond.